And in honor of the special premiering tonight, we're bringing in ABC News contributor Chris Connelly to talk about this piece as it explores Williams through the memorable and heart-filled times to his many personal battles leading up to his tragic death in 2014. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Chris.
Thank you, Carly. I guess you can tell from that clip that I was teaching school when Mork and Mindy was on, because I knew a lot of third graders back then, and man, they all watched that show. Just an example of how Robin Williams' appeal extended from, age 5 to age 75 right from the start.
Yeah, he had an impact on everyone. So starting off, when we talk about that legacy, Robin Williams had such a strong impact of laughter and inspiration, but why tell his story now?
I think it's a compelling chance to look at one of the most talented entertainers of the last 50 years, a guy who even his peers felt had skills beyond any they'd ever seen, and you'll hear from them. People like Henry Winkler and Paula Poundstone, Jimmy Walker and Margaret Cho. These were people who were trying to do what Robin was, trying to make people laugh and entertain, and even they knew when they saw Robin, this was a talent they'd never seen before. But how do you take that amazing talent as a stand-up comic and translate it to television and then to film? It's not always an easy thing, and it's hard for actors sometimes to do that. It took Robin most of the 80s to find what would be the perfect transition point for him to become an actor, and that was Good Morning Vietnam. And then he was off and running. He wound up winning an Oscar. He could do it all. And at the same time, audiences loved everything that he did. So it's a chance to celebrate that, really.
He really was such a special person, and one of my favorite movies of all time is Mrs. Doubtfire, and I think a lot of people would agree. Robin was known for his individual comedy, so how in depth does this piece explore the other side of him, with his depression and addiction?
Well, one of the things that's special about Robin Williams is in the interview context, as long as he could be very funny, he could also be very earnest and very direct and very revealing about everything that he was going through, whether it was a substance abuse issue or the bouts of depression that he suffered through. And so you'll hear from the ABC archives him speaking about the challenges that he had. First, when he had challenges with success and all the things that it threw at him, and then the challenges of his own mind. And you'll hear the comedians that knew him back then talk about what the comic's mind is like. So he fought through a lot of that stuff as best he could. We did get those amazing performances like Mrs. Doubtfire. That's the kind of movie that people still watch today and just laugh. They gather the family around and they watch that. And that meant a lot to him, that he could do that kind of entertainment and that get the whole family excited that way. It wasn't until after his death that we realized what he was really suffering from, that Lewy body dementia had taken over his body and resulted in all these kind of inexplicable things going on with him that even those close to him didn't understand or really fully comprehend. And so as sad as his passing is, there's so much to celebrate. Everybody's got a favorite Robin Williams performance, I think.
For sure. And Chris, before you go, is there anything you learned throughout making the episode that you didn't know before or surprised you?
Yeah, I didn't realize how much his colleagues understood how great he was and understood that being that great and being that successful also brought with it a lot of challenges, the challenges of success and the challenges, I think as one of them puts it, of getting away from your own mind, that he was so fast and so into his own thoughts that you really have to escape sometimes. And that was the story of kind of his early career. That I'd never heard before, and it's very compellingly rendered tonight.
I can't wait to watch it. Thank you so much for giving us a look inside what it was like working on this piece of the iconic Robin Williams.
Thank you.
Again, the hour-long special of one of America's most iconic comedians and his life journey airs tonight at 9 p.m. right here on ABC. You can also watch it the next day on Hulu or on demand.